வானன வந்ததிற்குள்ள மத்த யானை அருள் புரிந்து பூண்டுயிர் வேறு செய்தான் நொடித்தான் மலை உத்தமனே.
Good morning to one and all. A very warm welcome to all present here. Today, I stand before you to give an intro on the topic that forms the foundation of any free and fair society, that's none other our fundamental rights. In a democratic country like ours, every citizen are granted some fundamental rights. Right to equality, right to freedom and much more. These rights are not just words in our constitutions. They are the pillars that uphold justice, equality and freedom. These rights empower us to express our opinions and live with dignity. However, we must not use these rights wisely. Respect others' opinions and stand against injustice whenever it happens so. I encourage you all to listen and engage and take some meaningful values from today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Kritika. Now, a few students of class 9C will bring to life the importance of one of our most cherished fundamental rights, the right to equality. A thought-provoking skit, they will highlight the importance of equality and justice for all.
ஹலோ மச்சான், நான் கேரளா வந்திருக்கேன்டா. இடம் சூப்பரா இருக்கு. பட் ஆனா யாரும் தமிழே பேச மாட்டாங்க. ஒரு ஹோட்டல் அட்ரஸ் கூட கேட்க முடியல. ஹலோ, இஸ் தேர் எனி ஹோட்டல்?
ஹோட்டலோ அடிப்பொலி தோசா இருக்கு. சீச்சியாக போகுது.
ஏ பொண்ணே, ஐ அம் வெரி பாவம். என்கிட்ட உனக்கு என்ன கோவம்? ஏன் அப்படி திட்டுற?
நீ துளசியா இல்ல, நான் காது.
மீண்டும் மீண்டுமா? ஐயோ சேதா, தமிழ் பேசுனதுக்காக ரூம் கிடைக்காதா? என்ன இது அநியாயம்?
No, we do not allow outsiders.
ஐயோ, we will see in the court.
But you are from Tamil Nadu, I do not let you stay here.
Oh God. மேடம், ஆர்டிகல் 14 படி ரைட் ஈக்குவாலிட்டி தானே மேம்? ஏன் அவங்க எனக்கு ரூம் கொடுக்கல?
Kerala is in India, right? அப்பயே வந்து இப்படி பண்றாங்க. Complete violation of constitutional rights. இது ஒரு கேஸா நம்ம கோர்ட்ல போட்டுறோம்.
அதுவே புகார் சரிதான் தோணுது. ஹோட்டல் ஓனர் நீங்க அவருக்கு ரூம் தரல. It is my hotel, so it's my room. The Constitution of India guarantees that right to equality and right to freedom, that every citizen has the right to move anywhere in the country without any restriction. You must allow him. This is the order.
இதுக்கு தான் கோர்ட் வேணுங்கிறது. I am Indian தாத்தா பேர. Thank you.
And now it's time to celebrate the spirit of liberty. Our second team is ready to take the stage with a compelling skit on right to freedom.
The right to freedom, also known as Article 20, is a fundamental right guaranteed by the Constitution of India. It states that no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law. This fundamental right is also called a cluster of various freedoms. The various freedoms are freedom of speech and expression, freedom of form, association and unions, freedom to assemble in a peaceful manner, freedom to reside any part of the country, freedom to move freely throughout the country, freedom to reside in any part of the country, freedom to practice any occupation, profession, trade or business. This fundamental right is a cornerstone of democratic societies, ensuring that citizens are treated with dignity and respect. Now we will have a skit performance based on this law. Good morning. Please take your position.
Good morning, sir. Thank you.
As far as I reviewed your resume, you have ATPL license and you have required degree.
Yes, sir.
But I feel this job will not suit you. From the perspective of the airlines, we require men to you have the educational qualification required.
But how can be this possible? I believe that gender should not be a deciding factor in deciding one's ability to become a pilot. Currently, many female pilots are highly educated and they are flying top. So I also believe that I possess the required abilities and knowledge to become a pilot.
Whatever you say does not matter, but our airlines will give bigger opportunities only for men. So if you want to work with our airlines, you can work as an assistant cabinet and crew member.
No, this is not possible. As a citizen of India, I have the right to approach the Supreme Court if my fundamental right is violated.
The girl and the interviewer goes to Supreme Court and explains what happened.
The right to practice any profession is a fundamental right of Indian citizens as guaranteed by Article 19 of the Indian Constitution. This right allows citizens to choose their employment and conduct business activities freely. So the girl as a citizen has the right to practice any profession regardless of the gender. Thank you.
The judge punishes the violator. Script.
Keep it slow.
Now, our next team will shine a light on a crucial aspect of our fundamental rights, the right against exploitation. They will highlight the importance of protecting individuals against exploitation and promoting a fair and just society.
I can't believe that I have to work for such long hours for such low pay. My boss doesn't even provide us with proper safety gear. It feels like a violation of our basic rights.
I know, Karnika, I am in the same boat. The factory conditions are terrible and I am constantly worried about my health. Despite my hard work, I never get away. It's like our right against expression are completely ignored.
It's even worse for me. I see kids as young as 10 working in this condition. They should be in school, not risking their life. Child labor is one of the worst form of exploitation.
It's heartbreaking, Ashwin. My cousin was also forced into child labor to help his family. She missed her childhood and everyone deserved to be protected from right against exploitation.
We need to do something about this. No one should be exploited like this, be it adults or children. We all have the right to be treated with dignity and respect.
Agreed. We need to raise awareness about our rights against exploitation. People need to know that they deserve fair treatment and decent working conditions.
And we should support organizations that fight for the workers. And we should support organizations that fight for the workers' rights. I'm going to start a volunteering at one this weekend to help advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves.
We should also be conscious customers by choosing the products with the fair practice of labor.
You're right. Let's stand together and raise our voice against exploitation. Everyone has the right of life, of dignity and respect, and we must file a case in the court about this ill treatment.
Child labor should be stopped and childhood must be enjoyed. Thank you for sharing this powerful message with us. Now, our next team takes the stage with flag to enact the fundamental right to religion with love and care. They show us how faiths unite despite differences wide. and celebrate the freedom to worship side by side.
Scene 1. Aisha stands before the judge along with her lawyer.
Your Honor, she was forced to remove her hijab in her school. It's a part of her faith and identity. She is now here to ask for her right to practice her religion freely.
The Constitution protects religious freedom of citizens by ensuring order in public institutions. But how do we balance?
Scene 2. The state representatives honor.
We respect the faith, but symbols like hijab may cause division in the school, so that we need uniformity.
My hijab is not the decision, it's a part of who I am. Why should I change?
Scene 3. The judgment.
The Constitution protects religious freedom of citizens while it ensures order in public institutions is what is said. But Aisha's right to want her freedom is a fundamental right. The state cannot take away this religious belief. Thank you, Your Honor. Freedom of belief must always be protected.
The end.
Next, we'll witness a thought-provoking conversation unfold on cultural and educational rights, a story to be told. Our students will delve into the significance of this right and explore how education and culture shapes our lives morning to night.
வணக்கம். இப்போது கலாச்சாரம் மற்றும் கல்வி உரிமையை பற்றி ஒரு உரையாடலை காணலாம்.
ஹலோ, எல்லாரும் எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? ரொம்ப நாள் ஆச்சு மீட் பண்ணலாமா?
ஹலோ, இன்னைக்கு எதை பத்தி பேசலாம்?
கடைசியா பேசும்போது நம்ம ஃப்ரீடம் ஆஃப் ரிலிஜன் பத்தி பேசணும். இப்போ நம்ம ஏன் கல்ச்சரல் அண்ட் எஜுகேஷனல் ரைட்ஸ் பத்தி பேசக்கூடாது?
ஓகே, அதுவும் நல்ல தலைப்பு தான். சரத்து 12 35 வரை அடிப்படை உரிமைகள் வழங்கப்பட்டுள்ளன.
இது 3ஆம் பகுதியால் அமைக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. அதில் ஒன்று கல்வி மற்றும் கலாச்சார உரிமை.
நமக்கு கலாச்சாரம் மற்றும் கல்வி உரிமைகள் மிகவும் முக்கியம். அது மனிதன் முழுமையாக வளர்ச்சி அடைவதற்கு அடித்தளமாக இருக்கின்றன.
சரி, அது உண்மைதான். கல்வி உரிமைகள் மூலம் ஒருவர் தன் திறமைகளை மேம்படுத்த முடியும். எல்லா மக்களும் சமூகங்களும் சம உரிமைகள் பெற்று கல்வியை பெற வேண்டும்.
ஆம், கலாச்சார உரிமைகளும் அத்தகைய முக்கியத்துவம் வாய்ந்தவை. ஒவ்வொரு மனிதனின் நம்பிக்கையும் பழக்க வழக்கமும் மதிப்பிடப்பட வேண்டும். ஒரு மக்களின் சகிப்புத்தன்மை மற்றும் சமாதானத்தை உறுதி செய்கிறது.
ஆமாம், அதுவே மனித உரிமைகளின் ஒரு அடிப்படை அங்காகும். இது எந்த சமூகத்தையும் சீருடையை பார்க்கும் விதமாக இருந்தால் மட்டுமே சமத்துவ சமுதாயத்தை அடைய முடியும்.
சரி, இதற்கு அரசு மற்றும் சமூகங்களின் பங்களிப்பு முக்கியம். நாம் ஒவ்வொருவரும் இந்த உரிமைகளை பாதுகாக்கும் வகையில் செயல்பட வேண்டும்.
ஒப்புக்கொள்கிறேன். கலாச்சாரம் மற்றும் கல்வி உரிமைகள் சாதிக்க அனைவருக்கும் சம வாய்ப்பு கொடுக்கும் நோக்கத்தில் என் அனைத்து முயற்சிகளும் இருக்க வேண்டும்.
நன்றி.
Now, our next theme brings to light a vital right, the right to constitutional remedies, a safeguard for the heart. Through this clip, they show us how this right protects our way and ensures justice is served.
Ramesh is frustrated. Amal and Ria enter.
Ramesh, what's wrong?
The municipal authorities sealed my shop without any notice. I have every legal rights, but the court The court sealed my shop.
That's illegal. You have the right to constitutional remedies under Article 32.
But-
you can file a petition.
But will the court listen to a common man like me?
The Constitution protects everyone. Let's fight for justice. Ramesh, do you have proof that your shop was sealed unfairly?
Yes, Your Honor. Here are my legal documents and tax receipts.
That's a clear violation of fundamental rights. We demand justice under Article 32.
Officer Verma, do you have a valid reason for sealing the shop?
It was just a routine action.
Without proper notice, this is abuse of power. The court ordered the immediate reopening of the shop and an investigation into Officer Verma's actions.
Thank you, Haman and Neha. I never knew the Constitution gave us such power.
The Constitution protects everyone. The right to constitutional remedies ensure justice for all. No one is above the law.
That's why every citizen must know their rights.
Now, I call upon British to speak about the functions of judiciary in protecting the fundamental rights of all citizens.
The High Court and Supreme Court are essential components of the judicial system. The High Court is a state or regional level court in many countries, including India, that handles significant cases, appeals, and constitutional matters within its jurisdiction. It serves as an intermediary between lower courts and the highest judicial authority. The Supreme Court, however, is the highest court in the country, overseeing constitutional, fundamental rights and appeals from lower courts. It has the authority to interpret the law, resolve disputes between states or between citizens and the state, ensure justice is served fairly. Both courts play a crucial role in upholding the rule of law. Thank you.
Now, it's time to conclude with a message so bright, I call upon Subisha to read out the conclusion with all her might.
As we come to the conclusion of this thought-provoking skits and discussions, we are reminded that democracy is not just a system of government, but a shared responsibility that requires our active participation. Through the struggles and victories of the characters, we have seen how vital rights like right to freedom, right to equality, right to constitutional remedies, and holding leaders accountable are the building a fair and thriving society. These rights are never guaranteed. They must be continuously defended, expanded, and protected to ensure justice and equality for all. The skits challenge us to reflect on our role in upholding these values. Let us leave here today committed to protecting our freedoms, amplifying marginalized voices, and striving for a more inclusive and just democracy. Together, we can shape a society where every voice is heard and every individual has the power to contribute to a better future. This responsibility lies with each of us to not only cherish these rights, but to ensure they endure for generations to come.
Now, it's time to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made today's special assembly a grand success. I invite Kritika to come forward and deliver the vote of thanks.
It's my privilege to stand before you and extend my heartfelt gratitude at the conclusion of this special assembly. First and foremost, I would like to thank our respected Vice Principal Ma'am, Ms. Chitra Rajagopal Ma'am, for their constant support and guidance. A big round of applause and thanks to my fellow students that were contribution to make this assembly insightful and inspiring. Last but not least, I extend my appreciation to everyone who worked behind the scenes to make this assembly even more special. Let's take today's value forward and strive to be responsible. And once again, I thank the audience who are all actively engaged in this assembly. Thank you.
Assembly 9A, come forward, those on stage. I'm sorry, 9C. Assemblies must be with a lot of information like this. Yes, you brought forward lot of things. I do not know how many of you, when you learned your fundamental rights in class 9, still keep it in mind and could relate it to stuff that's happening in your life. We learn it for the sake of writing answers, getting marks, and forget it at that. You must relate it and keep it in mind, and information like RTI is right to information. You have every right to get information from the government for anything. You file a petition, you are given answers for that. There are a lot of people like, have you heard of this person, Traffic Ramaswamy? He's no more now, but then he would always file petitions on different things, and that's when he is just a common man. He did not have any kind of political influence or power when he did that first. And then the hoardings on the roadside, which was a big diversion you get totally diverted when you're driving. It was all removed out of his efforts. Certain things that we need to learn, a lot of basic information that these children gave, we must know all this. And whenever we have a problem, let us also definitely try at least once. The court gives a proper judgment, a just judgment is given or not, but then let us try. We must know that we should know of this. One, your food packets, the details that are given on the whatever food packet, it should be given by them. And we need to know when we buy something, even for 10 rupees, what is in that. Okay, so they have to give that information and we need to know that. So if it is not there, we can definitely file a case on it, that it is not given and what is given is not right, or you can definitely raise questions on that. Good assembly. Somebody said in the office that it is Chudamani man's class and so it is a fundamental rights. But we need to know that, yes? Good. Very nice assembly. And did you also learn something? The prayer was very good.